selling was the vehicle to helping people and to really being able to make the impact and the difference that I really wanted to make in the world. And as soon as I discovered it, I couldn't help but seeing it everywhere.
Welcome to the Impact Driven Entrepreneur, the podcast that helps you expand your reach and convert that reach into clients so you can lead your tribe with confidence and create change in the world while living the life you desire. And now your host, certified business coach and consultant, Mariana Ruiz.
Want to increase your sales without so much hustle? Oh my gosh. Let's talk about doing funnels. Funnels are like the thing right now, but whether it's challenge, a tripwire, a webinar, or even getting people on the phone, guess what? All of that is the same. It's a sales process and what some people call funnels, okay? And I want to help you with your sales process because here's the thing. When you can really master and improve that process, you will get more sales in your business. Normally inside of my 6-month coaching program, what I do is I actually look at everything that my clients do. I look at all of their copy, all of their emails, everything that they're doing inside of a launch or outside of a launch. And really, I want to bring that element to a small intensive for you. So what I want to do is offer you the opportunity for me to look at all of your emails, all of your copy, whether it's a challenge, a funnel, a webinar, or a sales call. I will actually listen to your sales call. Yeah, you heard that right. Okay, so in order to get this amazing offer, it's called a funnel intensive. You can find it at impactdrivenentrepreneur.com/work-with-me. You can purchase there right away, or if you want to get on the phone and just make sure it's a good fit for both of us, I'd be happy to chat with you. Let's optimize that sales process so that you can start generating more sales in your business without the grind.
Hey there, and welcome to the Impact Driven Entrepreneur podcast. Today, I wanted to talk about the levels of impact and how you can use this as fuel to fuel your sales in your business. And so let's dig right in. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that selling is actually serving. I know that is the most cliche thing you have probably ever heard, and you've heard it before. In fact, I was in a Facebook group recently and somebody had said something like, hey, I think that is bull, and I don't really believe that. And I'm going to prove to you how this is actually the case. I really believe this. I really stand for this. And so let's dig right in. So a lot of times what happens is business owners, entrepreneurs are associating sales and selling with something that you do to someone. You think you must convince somebody. You think you must close people, and you must be hard and firm and all of this stuff. And at the same time, right, we are very proud of our product. We are very hopeful of all of the results that we can give people, but we're afraid of overpromising, and we know we can help people, but then at the same time, we just can't own it all. And I'm saying we because I've been there. Like, this has been a learning journey for me. As you know, I'm a nurse. That is my background, and I'm all about service. And it took me a minute to realize that selling was the only way that I was going to be able to serve these people. It took me a minute to realize that selling was the vehicle to helping people and to really being able to make the impact and the difference that I really wanted to make in the world. And as soon as I discovered it, I couldn't help but seeing it everywhere. And so what I encourage you to do is take a look at these things that we're going to be talking about and then start to see the evidence of that. So when you sell, you have the ability to impact your profit margin. And what does that mean? You get to pay yourself, right? Because there's a big difference between running a business, making money, and paying yourself, okay? Because a business that makes money doesn't always make a profit. The reason I know this is because I've worked with business owners who are really struggling to pay themselves. They put all their money back into their business and then they're not paying themselves. And you know where that leads. That does not lead to a place where you can continue to serve people. And if this is you, this is exactly what I help people with, okay? So number one, it helps yourself, right? It helps yourself to be able to show up and continue to do your work, even if you have a full-time job, even if you have another job, I want you to start making a practice to pay yourself. It is a must, even if it's not a lot, even if you're not making a ton of sales. But once you make it a practice and something that is a habit and something that you do, it will start to change the way that you show up in your business, and most importantly, encourage you to keep going. Okay? So that is number one. When you sell, you're able to pay yourself, hopefully, if you're, managing the money well inside of the business. And that's really the goal, right? Even if you can only pay yourself a little bit, I want you to make this a practice every single week. Okay? Number two, it allows you to serve your customers. So as I said, when I started, I, really just wanted to do the service. I wanted to just coach. I didn't want to be bogged down with having to sell. And I really struggled to get out there and get my stuff out there and quote unquote self-promotion, right? But when I started to get those clients coming in, I realized, hold on, now I finally have clients, and it happened only because I sold to them, right? And it takes a minute, right? Sometimes for us to see this, but selling is part of the service, because your client, as soon as they put money down to work with you, show up for themselves. They start to actually do the work. Have you ever done free coaching or free consulting or free whatever it is that you do, and then had somebody not actually use the thing or not actually do the thing that you advised them to, or whatever the case? People don't show up the same when they haven't paid for it. I know that sucks to think that, and we want to give everything to the world, but sometimes the biggest gift you can give is having them show up for their own investment. And so serving really starts at this point, when you decide that you're going to sell them something that they need, that you have the solution to, that you're going to help them with the problem. I've said it before on this podcast, somebody desperately needs the thing that you offer. By you not offering it to them, you are not going to be able to help them. So that is number two. It allows you to serve your customers. It allows you to make an impact with them. And number three, it allows you to bring in team members to help you live out your mission. So you started this company, you started this business for a reason. You have a vision of what you want the company to do. You want to make a difference in the world, right? Well, if you're able to bring on team members, if you're able to hire help in your business, you are then able to make a bigger difference in the world. You are able to serve more customers. You are able to help your team members to pay their bills, right? It's beautiful. I've been able to experience this in my business through contractors and team members that I've hired on, as well as service inside my home, right? So as you guys know, I've had nannies before, and being able to provide work, and I really saw it a lot with the nannies that I've hired on, because it's allowed them to do so much. One of my nannies was a retired woman who, it allowed her to pay her bills, and she was really struggling, and it allowed her to be able to live the retirement lifestyle that she wanted. And yes, she was still taking care of kids and not retired, but it worked out for her, right? And she would cook for us, and it was great, okay? And then I hired another nanny who was a college student, right? And having her was awesome because she was a speech specialist. And so she was really good. And she also spoke Spanish. So of course I love that. We speak Spanish in the home, by the way, if you don't know that. And having her, it allowed her to rent in the area we lived in. It allowed her to buy a car and all of this stuff. And so really, you are also impacting your team members. And if you can't hire any team members and you're like, hold on, I need help, right? You will get there. You are closer than you think to that level, okay? Especially when you start to think about leadership and how you can step into that leadership role. But you really can make a bigger impact in the team members that you hire as well. So far we've covered making an impact on your profit margin, serving your customers and your people and hiring on team members. And if that's not good enough, right? If you're like, hold on, that still feels off, I don't know if I can really sell, I'm going to encourage you to do it for this last reason, and that is for helping other people. So I've had clients who really struggle because they're doing really, really well, or maybe their husband does really, really well, and them having a business is just like, they're afraid of asking for even more money. And in those cases, what has helped them has been to give back. And so philanthropy has become a big part of their businesses. And I want to encourage you, if you're like, yeah, those 3 levels are cool, but like, I want more. And this is that next level. If you're feeling like, I don't know if I can ask for even more money or even more profit from my business, I want you to think about the ways that you can give back to others. And sometimes you can do it in terms of money, giving back more money, or sometimes if you've scaled your business, you might be able to do it in terms of time. So I had a client who recently went on a mission trip and helped people in Peru. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience for her. And having the ability to pay for that trip, take time off, like that was a huge motivator for her in her business. And setting goals up until that point was really awesome. And she was able to meet those goals because she had this bigger purpose in her business driving her. So those are 4 levels of impact that you can make when you start to have the courage to do sales activities in your business. When you have a really hyper-focused intent around sales, income, and profit. And yes, those things can seem really rigid, but they can be really, really heart-centered. And I also want to share with you something one of my mentors said to me. It does not matter how soft your business is on the outside, how soft your message is. All super successful businesses have a hyper focus on profitability and income. And so there is no shame in that game. And I just showed you 4 reasons why that is. Because the impact that you can make when you are focused on driving income and profit in your business are amazing. And you can really start to feel all of the beauty of those today if you start to really focus on the sales activities and really start to focus on profit and doing the things that we talked about in this podcast. So I hope you have an awesome day. I am opening up some one-on-one coaching spots right now. So if you are looking for help in growing your profit and impact, I am so honored to have a talk with you and see how we can make that happen. And so I'm offering Profit Boost assessment calls right now. And in this 30-minute call, I'm basically going to look at the 6 areas of your business and let you know what to focus on in the next 30 to 60 days to really increase that profit and impact in your business. And so you can sign up for it by going to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com/profit boost. And again, the call is absolutely free. And if it's a good fit for both of us, I will let you know how you can work with me inside of a group program or inside of a one-on-one program. I offer both of those. But again, so excited to have a chat with you about boosting the profit in your business through this free call. So head on over to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com/profit boost. I can't wait to chat with you in real life. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Head on over to impactdrivenentrepreneur.com where you can find an arsenal of videos, blog posts, and previous podcast episodes to help you increase your profit and impact. Again, impactdrivenentrepreneur.com and click on blog. Enjoy.